What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Taurean Reloaded channel. If you are new, please be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also be sure to have your bell clicked and have your notifications set to all. Also be sure to have your notifications set to all on your mobile devices as well. Like, comment, and share this content on your various social media platforms. So this story was sent to me on Patreon and it was sent to me in the Discord. I got the hint, and let me tell you right now, it's another one of those ball of confusion type of stories, but something has definitely got to give. So in this picture, you see, I would say two people, but they're definitely the same. As you can see right there on the pictures, one says before and one says after. So they are indeed the same person. So this person, they go by the name Demi Minor. I don't know if they have anywhere in this article of their actual birth name, like when they identified as a man. It just has it now what they identify as now, more so in the after. But this is, you can tell this is the same person. The facial structure is the same. They just don't have any facial hair, and they look like they put shoe polish where their eyebrows used to be. But anyway, the reason why I'm talking about this story is because this person was currently locked up inside of a women's prison, and they are now being moved and transferred out of the women's prison because they impregnated 2 inmates. I keep telling people, I said, when it comes to people who are in Hall T and they were born a man and they still got their equipment, they don't need to be in the prison with the women, because a whole bunch of stuff can go down. As you can see right here, this person has 2 women pregnant in there, which means they're a father 2 times. Let me just try to stop analyzing this before I actually read the article, because I'm almost certain that it's going to be some more weird stuff I'm going to hear about just in here alone. A transgender woman incarcerated at a women's only prison, that's the one of the problems I have right there, in New Jersey, has been moved to another facility after impregnating 2 female inmates earlier this year. Notice that earlier this year, so that means it probably happened around the same time. Demi Minor, age 27, was transferred last month from the Edna Mahan Correctional Facility in Clinton to Garden State Youth Correctional Facility, a prison for young adult offenders located in Burlington County. Dan Sparazza, a spokesman for the state's Department of Corrections, told NJ.com. Why were they sent to a youth facility? This person is 27. They have not been a youth for 10 years, or at least a minor, I should say, for 10 years. Sparazza said Minor, who was serving a 30-year sentence for manslaughter, is currently the only, and these are their words, quote unquote, woman incarcerated at the facility and was placed in the vulnerable unit. He couldn't comment further on Minor's housing situation due to NJDOC's privacy policies, the paper reported. Minor's move comes after the paper reported in April that Sparazza said it appeared 2 women at Edna Mahan became pregnant after consensual sexual relationships with another incarcerated person. Minor has since claimed in a July 15th post that written on the website Justice for Demi that correction officers beat them during their transfer, according to reports. The Department of Corrections told NJ.com that it is investigating but cannot comment further. Or could that be something that they came up with just so they could try to get out of not having to go to that facility, but go back to the female one? NJDOC cannot comment on any active investigations, a statement read. The department has zero tolerance for abuse, and the safety and security of the incarcerated population and staff are of critical importance. Edna Mahan Correctional Facility has faced a long string of sexual assault scandals, and Governor Phil Murphy announced plans last year to shutter the facility, which is New Jersey's only women's prison. In 2021, New Jersey enacted a policy to allow prisoners to be housed according to their gender identity, following a lawsuit brought forth by a trans inmate who lived in men's prison for 18 months in the American Civil Liberties Union of New Jersey. The policy was mandated to remain in effect for at least 1 year. They may need to look back at the policy just based on this alone, because this is happening way too often. I think I did a story last year where one of them got the inmates pregnant, or they were going around violating the women in there. I said, y'all got to remember at the end of the day, these are still biologically born men and they still got their Johnson. Like they didn't get anything cut. See, and that's another thing about the people who identify as trans, especially those who are biologically born men who quote unquote transition into women. They want to double dip. They want to live like how they feel, but also live with what they were born with. That's almost like cheating. You're like I said, double dipping. Speranza told the paper that while the NJDOC continues to operate under the policy, the department is currently reviewing the policy for housing transgender incarcerated persons with the intention of implementing minor modifications. Minor is eligible for parole in 2037, the paper reported, citing NJDOC. I'm still stuck on the part that this person has been sent to a youth facility. I'm like, first you sent them to a women's prison where they got not one but two women pregnant probably around the same time. And then when they want to move them, you want to move them to a youth facility. I'm thinking a youth facility it is for minors, you know, like juvenile hall. Why is a 27-year-old in a youth facility? I'm stuck on that part too. But you know what? A lot of these institutions, they agreed to allow this kind of stuff to go on, and this will continue to happen. I'm not surprised that this happened. It's crazy that it happened, but I'm not surprised because at the end of the day, this person still, while they feel like they are a woman, they still have the urges, the sexual urges that of a man. Hell, they still, like I said, they still have the equipment of a man. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to act on those urges. That's probably why they didn't want to be around the men, because they knew that it wouldn't be nothing there for them, or they would get dominated in that men's prison, and they know it. It's just some weird behavior. It really is. Think about it. I just did, talked about in the live stream about how you had this one guy who this one trans man, born a woman, now living as a man, gave birth, and they want to call it a man giving birth. Now you have this person right here who transitioned, quote unquote, into a woman. But last time I checked, women didn't have penises. But let them tell it. They're right about science, or they're on the right side of science and we're on the wrong side. Like I said, weirdo behavior. That's all I have to say. I don't know how much more I can contribute to this story. I'm going to leave that in the hands of the people who are watching this video.